Curious about what's going on in the real estate market here in Irvine and Orange County? If so, then you are in the right spot. This is being recorded after the consumer pricing information that came out yesterday that told us that we have an inflation rate of 7.5% year over year. Hi, I'm Giselle Vega. I am a local realtor here in Irvine and the surrounding Orange County areas, and I'm also a resident. Been living here for a little over 4 years. I'm originally from the Bay Area, but I've also lived in LA and Fort Lauderdale. So if you haven't visited this channel before, I tend to focus on all things living in Irvine and the surrounding Orange County area. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below. That way you're notified anytime a new video is loaded and up for you to see. Also, make sure that you hit the like button and leave some comments below. The like button lets me know what content is resonating with you. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started with this conversation. So the news came out that our inflation rate is at 7.5% year over year. Now, there's different context depending on the price points and where you live in the country. The inflation rate is going to vary. I mean, this came up for national number. Typically in California, and even more so in Orange County, we tend to be ahead of the inflation when it comes to purchasing prices. When you're looking at the appreciation, for example, if we were to compare the appreciation last year to previous years, we saw a 20 to 40% appreciation rate for home values in Orange County when compared to last year. We compare that to 2 to 3 years ago, and we were looking at the year over year, it was around an 8 to 10% appreciation. So that is where we sit at when it comes to just the level of appreciation. So I feel like I'm a little bit of a broken record. You might think that I am, because a lot of what I've been talking about all of last year is just how the interest rates have been so low. So purchasing power has been great. And one thing to also keep in mind when it comes to purchasing power is there's this notion of the 1%, 10% rule. What that means is that for every 1% that the interest rate increases, generally speaking, you are losing 10% of your purchasing power. The higher the interest rates, the less you'll be able to purchase, the less you'll be able to afford. So, which is why you've been hearing us, and I say us as in real estate realtors, kind of harping on your purchasing power has never been greater. Interest rates are starting to climb, but are still so restricted with the amount of homes available for sale. The demand is still crazy high. So even with this talk of interest rates going up, even signs, we have started to see them go up slightly, just aren't enough homes. There isn't enough housing for the amount of people that are looking for the houses. And if we were to look at rents, it's are insane as well. So it's just continuing to see this huge constraint on inventory, and we are still seeing all of these folks looking to buy. Because of this big constraint in the inventory, a lot of comparisons are made to almost like an auction. You hear this, there's so much bidding, there are bidding wars. It's just this frenzy to get into the homes, which resonates a lot with the auction market and how auctions work. And so right now, listing prices are almost being looked at as the minimum. Interest rates were the largest factor of what we were seeing last year as far as the increase. Now that that's starting to become a constraint a little bit, demand is still incredibly high, and people aren't selling their homes. They're holding on to them. So they're asking for longer term rent backs so that they can find a home, and that in itself causes another constraint in housing. To give you an idea, we had for all of Orange County 1,683 homes go pending in the past month, 113 more homes than what's actually available for sale now. One thing that we do need to keep an eye on are the interest rates. As inflation talks continue, the spikes in interest rate, the increases for the Fed rates are likely to occur at a faster pace than what was originally discussed. So we should start to see some significant impacts on interest rates in the coming months. And what that means for buyers, they're going to be losing some of their purchasing power. Will that cause them to pause in purchasing? Yet to be seen. We don't know how high they'll need to get before it does cause some of these buyers to pause. But if we don't have an increase in inventory, then it's likely that some of this crazy demand is still going to remain. So maybe you won't have 10, 20 waiting for that same house. It'll be 5 or 4. But now, one thing that I also want to emphasize is that it's still important for sellers to pay attention to how much they're pricing it. So even though this is a crazy demand market right now, with limited supply, it doesn't mean that you can just pick a number out of the sky and say, this is what I want, and you're gonna get it. Numbers that we're seeing where you see the significant jump in price is when they're priced very close to what has recently sold. And then it just draws in all of those people that were looking previously, as well as new folks looking for that home. And be cognizant of the pricing that you're putting the home on, because some will sit, and we'll talk about that. So the inventory, so the number of homes that are available for sale in all of Orange County increased by about 190 homes in the past month. 18% increase, which is the largest increase that we've seen. So let's talk Irvine specifically. So in Irvine, we currently have 103 active homes, 172 that went pending in the last 30 days. The average market time is around 18 days. The median list price is sitting at $1.5 million. All of Orange County, we currently have 1,270 active homes. And like I mentioned, there were 1683 that went pending in the last 30 days. And the average market time is 23 days for the entire county. And the average or the median list price is $1.2 million. Okay, so what does all of this mean for sellers? Well, for sellers, you're still, like you have been, you're sitting in the driver's seat, and you really are in control of this entire thing. As long as you're pricing it well, you are more than likely going to receive multiple offers, and you're going to be able to and whatever terms you want to feel comfortable with selling your home. Now, keep in mind, interest rates are starting to go up. So what that means is it may change your buying power for when you go to move into another home. Even more significantly, it could change the amount of demand that there is for the home. So these prices and this bidding component that has been happening may not be lasting as long as you may think. So we are heading right into spring, which is generally when the real estate market kicks up. But we are already seeing that if with inventory being as restricted as it is, meaning the number of homes that are available for sale, if you're thinking of selling, you need to move on it sooner rather than later. Now, if you're thinking of buying, what does this mean for you? Well, it depends. It depends on your financial situation. If you are financing your purchase, then you do need to be cognizant of the interest rates and what's going on with that, because your purchasing power may be decreasing as the interest rates go up. So getting in now would be better for you. Just know that you're going to have to compete. You're going to have to bring your A game. You are definitely going to be going up against a lot of different individuals. And so looking at the different financing options that are available in your situation is critical, and then making sure your offers are coming in aggressive and that they are meeting what the sellers are looking for, so that you can stay in that. Working with an agent that understands the market, what's going on, and is able to know what the seller is looking for, so that when you do submit your offer, it is your best foot forward and you have the best chance of getting it accepted. But note, you more than likely will be writing multiple offers on throughout. So it's rare that the first one gets accepted, but it happens. And that is where we're at. So again, if you have any questions about what's going on in the market, feel free to leave some comments down below, or just reach out to me. My contact information is down below, and I'd love to just go over your situation in particular. Until next time.